we are now joined by number 4 ranked UFC strawweight Claudia Gadelha. Our first question goes to Jay Anderson with Cateside Press.
Hey, thanks very much. Claudia, welcome back. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Now, I mean, obviously you have a tough fight ahead of you. You've got an opponent who's undefeated so far in the UFC with Yan Xiaonan. What are your thoughts on this matchup first of all?
I really like the matchup. I feel like I do have all the tools to prepare. He does have all the tools. So whoever is able to implement the game is win Saturday night. I'm so damn ready for that fight. You know how aggressive she is. I'm after just gonna really being trained for like months. I'm local. I to New Jersey for my fight camp, but okay. So happy. Ready? Yeah.
And I mean, a win here would put you on your best streak since 2014. Do you think that would put you back in the title picture? And we know Rose looks like she's next. The rankings, whatever they mean, have you at 4th. But, you know, where do you think this would land you?
I think I'm a pioneer in the sport. I've been doing this for my first ever strawweight fight in the UFC. It's me and back in 2014. You know, I have a history in the fighting for so long. Last couple of years of my life, I had big transitionings, switching camps and moving from Brazil to America was very challenging for me. You know, I had to face a lot of adversities in my life. You know, but I feel like this is what I've been doing my entire life. And I'm still here. You know, I lost a few fights, but I'm always back to the gym, training, trying to improve. You know, fighting is my life. It's what I do for a living, and have a workout ethic. I work very, very hard, you know, and I feel like beating Yan Saturday night. Me back to a title contention.
And the only other one that I've got for you, I mean, after your last fight with Angela Hill, she was very vocal about pursuing a rematch. You guys had a little back and forth on social media. Is that something you'd ever consider? Is that a fight that you'd like to run back?
No, not really. I already beat her, you know. Angela talks too much. I don't like the disrespectful fighters. You know, I'm here to respect the people that do what I do for a living because I know how hard it is, you know. And I feel like Angela talks too much and disrespect everybody. You know, she's already talking shit about Teixeira with Max opponent. So I'm not worried about her. She should be training hard and then trying to get back to a winning streak.
All right, well, welcome back. Best of luck this weekend.
Next question is from Pablo Santamaria with Noti MMA Ecuador.
Hi, Claudia. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing I want to ask you is, you already fought under this COVID situation. Do you feel any difference between your first camp and this camp?
The first camp was very challenging because we were in lockdown. I had to train in my garage for my last fight. All the gyms were closed, things like that. Two of my coaches had COVID. We couldn't train. I'm glad I had a teammate that was fighting a week before me, and we trained together, which was Sujara Eubanks. Worked a lot in the middle of this pandemic, but now things are kind of like going back to normal. The gyms are back open, you know, and I was able to train in a full octagon. You know, I was able to go to the gym every day and see my coaches every day. You know, we tried to keep a small group just so everybody was trying to play safe to be healthy. and it's still a little weird, but better than what it was back at the beginning of the year.
Okay, I get it. So, do you feel motivated because of facing a fighter that is undefeated on the UFC and has a country behind her?
Yeah, I was undefeated too in one point of my life. I was 11-0 in one point of my life, and I lost for the first time in a year. So, I know the pressure she has on her shoulders, and of course she's a great fighter, but I'm ready for her.
Okay, knowing that the only loss she has is by submission, that makes you feel good because you have good jiu-jitsu or good grappling.
I know the holes in her games, in her game. I know what she does well and what she doesn't. Grappling is my specialty. Makes a mistake.
Okay, and my last one is, what's your prediction for the fight?
Say submission second.
Okay, and the last thing I want to ask you is if you would like to send a message to your Ecuadorian fans.
Hey, everybody in Ecuador, thank you so much for following my career. Thank you so much for all the support and love. Watch me fight Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Gabriel Gonzalez with Stateside Press.
Hey, Claudia, I wanted to ask, because obviously this fight was scheduled before and you had the injury. How did you use the extra time to prepare for Yan?
Actually, I was almost ready to go when I got injured. I was 5 weeks in the fight camp. I had 3 weeks left, and I had a small injury in my knee. And because of the experience I have, and because I fought so many times injured in my life, I decided to pull out of the fight or reschedule the fight. We talked to Yan's team, and they were able to wait for us to recover and get back in fight camp. So I needed a little time in the PI, getting my knee healed. And then once I got that figured out, I went back to New Jersey and I did another 8-week fight camp. It was mostly managing weight and strategy and what I have to do to beat Yan. My knee is healthy. Of course, I wouldn't jump in there if it wasn't, because I did so many times, like I said, and I'm good, ready to go.
Can I ask how this fight came together? Because it seemed like you and Carla Esparza, everything was going in that direction, and then there was the change up, and then obviously you're a lot higher ranked. You are the big name going into this fight.
Yeah, I would like to fight Carla next, but it's a timing thing, Carla just fought, and I was ready to go again, and it's always like that. It's like a timing thing. I like to fight 2-3 times a year, and I have the months of the year that I like to fight, especially because I do my fight camp in New Jersey. I don't want to be there in winter. I'm running away from the winter in Jersey, and it's just a timing thing, but I'm pretty sure me and Carla will happen.
Finally, if you get this one, looking at the division, it looks like Whaley's probably waiting for Rose. But after that, it seems like it could be pretty open. Do you feel like you get a good one here? It may be enough to wait for the title shot, or do you think you will have to fight a Carla or someone else to really lock in another shot at the belt?
I feel like making a statement Saturday night puts me right back in the title contention. Like I said, I'm a pioneer in the sport. I've been fighting for so long. I've been in the top of the division for so long, and I'm always improving, always trying to get better, always getting back in there, and making high statements Saturday night will put me right back in.
Would you ever consider being a backup if they say, for example, hey, we're going to do Rose and Whaley in February? Would you be like, hey, you could fly me to Abu Dhabi and I'll make weight just in case?
Of course. I work for the UFC. Whatever they tell me to do, I'm there.
Thank you.
And we'll take our last set of questions from Cote Cruz with the Pardo podcast.
Hi, Claudia. How you doing? Nice talking to you.
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Fantastic. Thanks for being here today. Well, you're currently ranked number 4th. Your 2 last fights were against lower ranked opponents. You spoke about being the big name on this fight and being close to a title shot afterwards. Just to make sure, do you have a preference between Whaley, Rose, Joanna, and Carla if you get a big win this Saturday?
I would like to fight for the title, but I have some fights that I want to do, I still want to do because of my fighter honor, I want to fight Joanna again and I want to fight Carla again. So after Saturday, if they give me one of these, I'll fight them.
You said coming into this Saturday, you're looking to make a statement. Do you feel that the experience you have will carry a huge punch this fight? Do you see yourself having the edge over her in that department?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very experienced. I've been there so many times.
You left Brazil in 2016, moving from different camps and learning from the best in the business. We have seen huge improvements in your performance since. Do you think training in the same place limits your growth and knowledge, or depends on the team you're in?
I think it depends on the people you're working with. Like as fighters, we are always looking to improve. We are always trying to get better. And you get to a point where if your coaches are not evolving like you are, if they're not trying to get better, if they don't have the same mentality and the same mindset as you do, you're going to learn everything you have to learn from them. Everything they have to teach you, you can learn there. And then if they're not growing with you, then you need to learn from somebody else, And that doesn't mean you have to leave your camp. I feel like communication, with the coaches, I feel like having an open relationship with your coaches and talking about what do you want, what are your expectations, like what do you want to do, what's next for you, and like keeping your coaches as motivated as you are, it's a big help, And of course, bringing people in to learn other things from other people always helps.
This is your 12th UFC fight. Is there something that from the start of your career until now is the most hard thing for you during camp? And how do you push through that?
I feel like MMA is the hardest sport in the world. It's like mental, it's physical, it's everything, and it's like you have to use so many weapons, like in boxing, you only need to worry about your hand. Kickboxing is like hands, elbows, and kicks and knees, but then like MMA is the whole thing. You have to know so much, and also you have to be physically strong, fast, and you have to move well, you have to have good mobility, and you have to have your mind there. It's such a hard sport to play. Putting everything together, it's a challenge, especially because it's such a young sport, right? MMA is around for less than 30 years. So we're still trying to figure out what's the best formula to do this, And I feel like the hardest thing is trying to put everything together. You learn boxing, you learn wrestling. I like putting everything together to MMA. it's very hard and challenging, but that's why we're doing, and the next generation will have it will have an easier time dealing with that because we're going through these hard times now. And as the sport continues to evolve, this is gonna keep happening. But I feel like now it's the most challenging time of the sport, growing so much.
Final question from me, and trying to get a hold of that last thought about the sport being young. Do you have any advice for the women entering the fight business? Because we've seen the rise of this new generation, the Miranda Mavericks of the world, right? To name the latest great female fighter. What's your advice for women entering the fight business?
I love to see all these women doing MMA right now. I'm actually one of the first ones I started doing this. I remember when I was 15 years old and I looked at my coach and I was like, hey, I want to be an MMA fighter. I used to compete jiu-jitsu, right? And I looked at my coach and I was like, hey, I want to be an MMA fighter. And he was like, are you crazy? I was like, no, that's what I want to do. And there was only a few fighters doing MMA. And it was very hard for me to find opponents. I had to fight in different weight divisions. I fought at like 135. I fought like a catch weight at 130, 125 until, more women started training. And then I had more options to, when it comes to opponents, but it's beautiful to see the rise of MMA. It's so beautiful to see where we are today, and we've been doing this so hard for the last 10, 15 years, and now it's paying off, like our hard work is paying off. I'm very happy for that. So for the young women that wants to fight MMA, just keep working hard. Make sure you take care of your nutrition. Make sure you take care of your mind, your mindset. To be more specific, you got to know what you want. And make sure you have good people around you, people that really care about you and people that want to see you succeed, and go to the gym twice a day at least and work hard.
Thank you so much, Claudia. I appreciate your time. Best of luck in your fight.
Thank you.
That's all we have for you today, Claudia. Thank you.
Thank you so much.